I'm an honest, hardworking kid who's just sincere and always just nice and respectful to people. That's my characteristics, I suppose. I mean, that's what they instilled in me. You know, like being that we're from the Asian culture and Korean culture, a lot of like honor system. You know, there's a lot of respect towards elders and such. I'm street smart. I'm not stupid either. So yes, I do respect people, but only if if I respect them and they give it back towards me, then I mean that's a different story. But I can be conniving, I can be manipulative, whatever it takes, I think I'm a fun-loving person. I try to experience everything to the fullest, and there are times, of course, when I'm stressed and like reality hits me and everything just sometimes goes wrong. But of course, I try to live life the best way I can. Sometimes I'm a little hot-headed and stubborn. I like things my way a lot of times, and not that that's how it always is. I mean, you can talk to me, anyone can talk to me, and like I'll try to be serious and respectful, and I'll try to hear everyone out. But I like things my way, and I'm very stubborn, and I do have a temper at times. I used to get into a lot of fights when I was younger, and now it's not like that. I mean, like I realized that was just a stupid way. A lot of times it was out of self-defense. I used to get picked on a lot, being that I'm a Korean kid who doesn't speak English that well during that time, and they would just kids can be really cruel to you, and I used to just I would never step back and just like I would always bring myself out. I wouldn't like be afraid of anyone if someone told me off. So I would always like stand up for myself. That's why I used to get into a lot of fights during that time. But now I try to just talk things out. If I need to, I'll go for a walk. Like I try not to be violent in any way. So I mean I think I can control myself pretty well now. I'm this nice Korean kid that's coming out of New York, and they just think that I'm really trustworthy and honest and everything like that. But when it comes to that point, when of course the money is a factor, I'll have to do whatever it takes, and I'll form an alliance. I'm a very friendly person and sociable, but to an extent. When it comes, I've never been in this situation before, but that's my strategy. That's what I would take it as, like. I mean, I'm still a New Yorker. They're going to think of me as this nice little Asian kid. That's like the bad stereotype of Asians, though. But it is somewhat true. But I would use that towards my advantage. I think I know how to read people pretty well now. I used to be a lot more naive and and just innocent back then. Not that I still have these qualities in me, but I can read people pretty well now, I think. Well, I can hang with just about anyone. Like. From just any race, I can get along with anyone. It's no problem with me. I'm very friendly and open to everyone, so I can socialize without a problem. Like I said, I'm street smart. So if I'm out there, it's no problem to me just dealing with anyone at all. And I think I'm better looking than most of my Korean counterparts. So at least in that sense, I can represent Koreans as well and represent the Asian culture. So I'm fairly confident in myself. It's an experience of a lifetime to go for. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at this. I really didn't even plan for any of this to happen. Like I was telling Robin, like they just called me out of the blue. Like they called my friend and then to get to me. So it just seemed like it was just like it was meant to happen. Maybe like I'd never even signed up for anything like this. And then out of the blue, like, it only took a week, and I sent them the paperwork, sent them the picture, and they tell me to come on over to LA. So I'm like, wow, this is really cool, I guess, so let me just go for it. Maybe it's meant to be. So I was like, I'll just give it a try.